Ladies, gentlemen, ladies, do not adjust your set. It is your boy Devin. Hey, how you doing? Welcoming you to yet another video of Monster Hunter related content. Now this video, guys, if y'all couldn't tell by that intro, is going to be a little different than what I normally do, okay? With Monster Hunter Wilds right around the horizon, okay, comes out Friday. That is days away, guys. I just felt compelled to be like, you know what? I got some last minute footage from the beta. I want to talk about my whole history with Monster Hunter as a whole, and hey, what better outlet than the videos on the channel that I've already been using, right? So, that out the way, guys. Hope y'all enjoy. This is just going to be a little freeform action going on here. Going to be speaking my mind as gameplay is going on. Hope y'all enjoy the visuals. And yeah, guys, let's just go and get started. So, I guess we can go and get started right here with the main thing, just Wilds, and just work our way backwards. So my plan is to tell y'all just a little bit about what y'all are seeing right here, and then take y'all all the way back to where I started with Monster Hunter personally, and then come full circle, you know? So we're gonna go ahead and do that in just a second. But yeah, guys, so this right here is Wilds, but the first game that I started playing was Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. That came out, what, 2014, 2015, so it's been at least 10 years. Y'all should be able to see it right about now. And yeah, guys, it was on the 3DS, my first taste of the Monster Hunter franchise. And man, let me tell you, I don't know if it's nostalgia or just me looking at it right now as I'm talking, but it still holds up in my mind, in my heart, and my soul, just like it was yesterday. You know, you just can't, you just can't quite explain it, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, like I'm saying, guys, my first Monster Hunter game was in fact 4 Ultimate on 3DS, and I'm not gonna lie, I had like little to no expectations on the series. Friends and family were recommending it to me at that time, so I was like, oh, you know, let me take a look at it. And you know, some games, you know, you gotta like really dig in there to see what's going on. I can assure you, if you didn't know already, Monster Hunter is not one of those games, and that is not a bad thing, okay? It's the name of the game, Monster Hunter. You hunt monsters, and that has been the case for every game since here, before here, and forthcoming, you know? Yeah, the cool thing about 4 Ultimate, though, is that it introduced 2 new weapons to the franchise that have been here since then. That was the Insect Glaive and the Charge Blade. The Charge Blade is my bread and butter. That is my baby, my heart, my soul. I can't go a game without it, even if I tried, which I wouldn't, because it's my heart, my soul, as I said. But yeah, this was the main game where I just really like practiced with it specifically. A lot of weapons, but Charge Blade specifically, and that's what really made me fall in love with the Charge Blade, and what made me fall in love with the game as a whole. Because when I finished 4 Ultimate, I said, okay, obviously I'm not just dropping this game, I gotta keep going, which leads me into the next game that I personally played after 4 Ultimate, which was Monster Hunter Generations. Now this was also on the 3DS, but it was a little more optimized, you know what I'm saying? The guys behind the 4 Ultimate teams, you know, they saw a little bit of improvement that was necessary from that game, bled it on over to Generations. Now as you see right here, this is one of the flagship. There were 4 flagships in this game. My personal favorite was Glavenus, of course, as you can see, but they also had, you know, Gameth, Mizitsune, and Astalos. Now, with Glavenus, he was a fun one, because if you couldn't tell, his blade ignites based on how he dictates it. You know, it could be rock solid, or it could be sharp, or you see how it goes right back there, and then he sharpens it. And then that kind of changes up his whole moveset. Now all of his moves do more cutting damage. Sometimes they even burn you if you're not careful. You know, it's just more things that you have to think about on your feet while you're on the hunt. And that's just one of the monsters. You know what I'm saying? But Generations, you know, with it being my second game, my second entry into the franchise, you know, I'm not as new as I was with 4 Ultimate, right? So I'm like, okay, you know, let me see what's going on here. And then they added like arts and things like that, which was super fun, especially with the longsword. Oh my god, the Sakura Slash, stop it, are you kidding me? You know, if you thought you were anime before when it came to longsword, it only gets worse in the best possible way, and I can't really stress it further than that, you know. But yeah, man, the core theme of this video is just showing my appreciation for Monster Hunter as a whole, you know, because I want to share my experience while I'm thinking about it before Wilds comes out, because once Wilds drops, I'm just gonna be all over Wilds specifically, you know, not so much just Monster Hunter the series, but yeah, and then, you know, there's just multiple things of that nature that kept happening in Generations. You know, I specifically remember me and my buddy, when we did the demo of this game, you know, they only give you like bone weapons or ore weapons. They don't give you the strongest stuff, obviously. And we were hunting a Tetsukabra, and I remember I had a hammer, no, I had a charge blade, obviously, and he had a longsword. And we were fighting Tetsukabra, and I launched him up while he was holding a rock in his mouth, and he cut it clean in half. One of the nicest things I've ever seen. I wish I recorded it. But with that being said, we're going to move on to the next game that I played in the franchise, which was Monster Hunter World for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Now this one I knew once I heard it was announced. I said, okay, this one, if people were sleeping on Monster Hunter before, they're gonna wake up now. With it being streamlined on those main services, Xbox and especially PlayStation, because that's where it started. You know what I'm saying? Monster Hunter 1 started off on the PlayStation 2 back in 2004, and get this, the attack button was the right analog stick. That is kind of tragic, not gonna lie to you. I can't even imagine that type of playstyle. But moving besides that, when it came to the PS4 and Xbox, guys, you know, back a few years back with Monster Hunter World, people were jumping onto this game. And, you know, there are some people that try to have, like, that gatekeeping mentality. It's like, oh, man, y'all weren't on this when I was on this. But, nah, man, listen. When it comes to games like this, I say the more the merrier. If you're interested in games like this, and you're willing to learn, because the learning curve is a little tragic when you're starting off, even on a slightly easier game like this one. But if you're willing to put in the time, you know, you will have people on your side waiting for you. You know, that's just how it goes. But yeah, man, the main thing about Monster Hunter World was just that, the world, right? It was an open world-ish game. You could do a whole lot of things that you couldn't do in previous iterations. The main thing was going to your base camp in the middle of a quest. Listen to this, guys. You went to the base camp in the middle of the quest, and you could swap out your weapons, guys. We take it for granted now. People in the newer games don't know. Listen, that was a game changer, okay? If you're fighting something new and you think you're hot stuff with a long sword, then you come to find out you might need a bigger chunk of damage, you might need a great sword. You don't have to leave the quest anymore. You can just go to the base camp, swap out your weapons, and you're all good to go. Man, I'm telling you, it was revolutionary. I don't think I'm doing it enough justice. But there were so many other, like, slice of life changes in this game that just made it so much fun for newcomers as well as veterans, because I consider myself a veteran by that point. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 games in, I know the gist. But yeah, man. And then also the main thing that was new to this game was Turf Wars. Now Rathalos and Tobi Kadashi don't have one, but trust me, guys, there were a great bit of examples when it came to monsters just fighting each other. That was the main thing about this game. I remember seeing comments when the trailer was announced. It was like, oh, finally, monsters no longer magically agree to only hunt you when there's more than one in the field. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Now, the next game, Afterworld, that was a couple years after the fact, because, you know, Iceborne and things like that. That was Monster Hunter Rise. And this was I played this on the Nintendo Switch. The main thing about this game was the wire bug functionality, and as you can see right here, being able to ride the monsters, not quite mounting, that was introduced in 4 Ultimate. This one you're kind of just, as you can see, you are just kind of moving it around. In the other games, you were just dealing damage on top of them, but now you're like maneuvering them and controlling them to a certain extent. It was very cool, you know, nothing quite like it since. Obviously nothing like it beforehand. It was really cool, you know. And then wire bug techniques as well. That was really nice. But again, as you've noticed throughout the video, the core mechanics of the game is the same. You know, Monster Hunter, you hunt monsters. Very nice, very good stuff. But yeah, guys, other than that, obviously my newest entry will be than one that's coming out in a couple days, Monster Hunter Wilds. But I mainly just wanted to get up on here and just tell y'all, you know, it's 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 not day one for me. You know, I've been out here in these hunting streets. Okay, I really do this. Now with Wilds, I got a good amount of mileage from the beta, but obviously, you know, it's the beta. They're not gonna reveal anything and everything for that, you know. But even still, just getting a little taste of what's to be expected is always appreciated. And I already know the deal, man. There's going to be low rank and high rank in the base game. We're probably not going to see, I don't even know what they'll call it, G rank or master rank or whatever. I always just call it G rank. The end game stuff, probably not going to get that till later on, but that is a-okay with me because I will still be playing it regardless. But with all that being said, guys, that is going to be the video. But before I leave, I got to ask y'all, man, I've been talking about me so much. What's going on with y'all? You know, how do you feel about Monster Hunter? Will Monster Hunter Wilds be your first game? Will it be your second, third game? Did you start the same time I did? Did you start before me? Let me know, guys. I want to know how y'all feel about Monster Hunter, just like how y'all know I feel about Monster Hunter. But with all of that out the way, it's your boy Devin, man. My Monster Hunter Wilds is coming up, and I will have content right here waiting for y'all whenever y'all feel like it. But yeah, man, I appreciate all your time. That's going to be it for me, man. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe. Peace out.